Hey traders, Andy Demmer here from the London Trading Institute. So welcome to another video here on YouTube where I'm going to be breaking down the Bitcoin chart, and I'm going to be speaking about whether this is the low or are we being trapped here? Is the market going to go lower? Well, not going to be using a crystal ball, but I am going to be using my magical powers using technical analysis and looking at history to predict whether we are in fact at the lows and we should be piling in and buying, or is this going to go lower and are we going to have the opportunity to buy at cheaper prices? Well, I know that it's very, very tempting to FOMO in. So that's why I'm creating this video just for you guys, just to give you a little bit of a smart professional approach to how you invest and trade. Of course, as you know, guys, trading and investing carries risk, and you must only invest the money that you can afford, and you must always do your own research. So with that all out of the way, let's head straight into the charts. Now, if you are new to our channel, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification because you will get updated whenever I do a video like this. You can also, if you enjoy our content, only like our videos, and that will really help us out with YouTube and get the video out to more people. And we really, really appreciate it. So anyway, guys, I know you're not here to listen to all of that. You're here to find out what I think about Bitcoin. And you can see here, this is something I marked down a few weeks ago, and I did a live. So you can go back and look at those videos. I did some Bitcoin lives. Okay, it's on our page. It's on our channel. And I drew this out, and and so far we've held really, really nicely, and that doesn't surprise me. And I'm just going to move this out of the way, right? Why does it not surprise me? Well, it's really quite simple. There was a key area here of support and another diagonal area of support. So naturally, the market was going to go up here. Okay, not guaranteed, of course. Anything can happen, and it could have gone lower. However, there was a good chance that the market was going to bounce. So right now, people are like, "Oh my God, is it back? Bitcoin's back. It's going up. Well, look, let's not get carried away. Okay, it's great to see some green. I'm not going to lie. It's great to see some green, but is this, has anything really changed? Well, let me just bring my pen up. And it's stating the obvious, but sometimes we need to look at the obvious, right? It's normal that the market is bouncing higher here, okay? Like I said, it's a support point. However, as you can see from the channels that I've got drawn in here, this market is very much, trending down. And this is a weekly chart. And really, at the moment, even if we did this up to here, it's still in a downtrend, right? So, it could go, all the way back up here, for example, and it could still go lower like that. So, although it's great that we're seeing green, is this necessarily the low? Well, at the moment, there's not enough evidence of that for sure. Are these good prices to be buying? Well, I've been saying for a long time, yes, of course they are. Of course they are. If you are a believer in cryptos and Bitcoin, in this case, then you'll know that, a move just back to the all-time highs is a 3x return. But, a move to where we expect it to go, like 100K and upwards, you're looking at a 5x plus some return at these prices. So yes, these prices are good. However, is it possible we go low? Well, let's start by looking at the Fibonacci. So the Fibonacci tells us that on the weekly chart, let's have a look. We have our A here, and then the market basically, well, if we want to do this properly, then, this here can be a B, but I'm going to do two different versions. This is a C, and then potentially that there is your D, your 1618 extension. And let me just tell you what that price is. That comes in about 10,000. And what I love about that level is that 10,000 is really perfectly in line with this old resistance here that becomes support. And that for me would be an awesome opportunity to buy Bitcoin if it got down to that level. Okay, anything's possible. It can happen. Right, now I'm going to give you an alternative, which is how we normally would draw Fibonacci. So let's see what this would give us. So if we had our A and our B there and our C there, well, the D actually is an overextended D here, which nearly got to its 200. So we're actually just forming the D right now. So if I just kind of draw this new Fibonacci right there, and I'm just going to mark down our A and our B. Well, this here is the 23.6, okay? And if this market is going to break lower, then there's a good chance we could hold here, which is about 27,000. Back at this old support, you can see it, old support here and a little bit higher. This is a nice little block. Let me just put it into like a little block here. Okay. And then we could go down to the 127 or 118 extension, which is right here, and maybe even meet this old support here, and there could be the low. Okay. Now, there's a lot of ifs and buts and maybes here, but what I'm trying to prepare you for is it could go lower, right? It could go lower. Now, I'm not saying, I mean, the best sensible way to do this is dollar cost averaging. As the market's gone down, buy. As it's rallying, don't buy. Wait. Okay, wait for pullbacks and buy. Right, if that's your strategy. Now, of course, these are just potential things that could happen, and you know, for me, I'm not a big fan of trying to predict the low. Okay, because there's so many different things that can happen, but certainly if you look at the drop that we've had, it compares historically, right? We've had like a 75% drop. We have in the past had an 85% drop before we had the big rally. So if we just take 85%, where does that take us to? Well, 85% incidentally does take us back down to 10,000. That would be the dream price to buy Bitcoin, in my opinion. Okay, so that's where I would love to buy a lot of Bitcoin, around that sort of price. Okay, that's not to say I wouldn't buy some here, and I have been buying some Bitcoin, although I have been investing more in Ethereum than Bitcoin because I believe Ethereum has more potential. Okay, in my opinion. So as it got to 1,000, I bought quite a bit more Ethereum, and if it goes back to 1,000 or lower, I'm looking to buy some more Ethereum. So anyway, I've digressed. This is a chart about Bitcoin, and I'm discussing Bitcoin on this video. But this is what I'm looking at the moment, guys. So for me at the moment, there's nothing really that's changed fundamentally or technically to suggest that we are ready to rally. Okay, we need to break through this channel. And I want to show you something historically that's really interesting. If you look at the way that we've reversed in the past, look how, for example, we made these kind of little higher highs, and then eventually we did this kind of lower high, and then we went down, right? And then here we kind of did this high point, higher high, and then reversed, right? And right now, we haven't done that yet, right? So we've done this, whoops, let's get rid of that. We've done this low point, but are we going to do that lower high or at least a higher low? That's possible, either one of those, that double bottom type thing. If we look back, you know, over here, again, you can see how we had, you know, before this big rally, we had this kind of, what is going on with my pen? It's been temperamental. It must be the heat. So we had this low point and then a lower low, and then the market reversed, right? So I feel right now it's just at the moment we're just kind of at a reversal point, and we kind of I expect to get some kind of higher low or lower high, some kind of turning point before we actually have the big rally. So I wouldn't be kind of jumping in, FOMOing in. This is pretty normal. And for us to really get excited about the bull market, I think a lot has to happen. For example, we'd probably want to be breaking this parallel channel line. We'll probably maybe, make a real proper high point, maybe even take out this high, and then being somewhere here looking to sort of expand. I mean, at that sort of stage, we could start to get a bit more excited, but I'd rather be buying at these prices than these prices, and I'm sure you're the same. So essentially, what I'm in summary saying is this is a good price. It's normal that it's rallied. It's hit support. How big is the rally going to be? Well, we've got the 23.6 here. We've got the 38.2 and the 50%. My first kind of, target really would be somewhere here between 25 and 27. I would be coming out of any long positions there and then waiting to see if this is going to indeed pull back further. And if we can get 10,000 guys, I'm going to be loading up. There won't be, I know then people will start talking about, it's going to go to 3,000. That's just normal, right? It's just normal. That's what happens in the market. The lower it goes, they start to look lower down. So, and that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to, of course. And thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you again soon with another video. Take care.